involved in a motorcycle accident, I'm the biker on your side. I'm Fran Hush, your attorney that rides. Motorcycle accidents get my experience and personal attention, and there are no fees and no costs unless you win. I've dedicated my career to helping accident victims and their loved ones. Your rights are my fight, and I'll never settle for less than you deserve. If you've been injured in a motorcycle accident, please call me 866-LAW-FRAN or log on to lawfran.com.
Bikers Info USA, the first bikers app by bikers, for bikers, and it's free. National and state events, Sturgis and Daytona, Bikers Info USA. Every motorcycle manufacturer dealer listed. Biker products for you and your bike. Bikers Info USA. Find the places to go, places to party, places to stay at every event. Bikers Info USA. Download it now. It's free. Bikers Info USA.
Wildwood Antique Mall's 3 amazing locations to find your treasures in Florida. Vero Beach, Eustis, Wildwood. More than just antiques. Tons of rare collectibles, toys, books, vintage furniture, records, jewelry, and so much more. Open 7 days a week. Great staff, clean, and air conditioned for your shopping pleasure for the whole family. So put it on your bucket list because it's a must-see for these 3 locations. For more information, wildwoodantiquemalls.com.
Hey, it's the
John and
Heather Show, coming to you and you live from
our production studio, riding with this fine bunch back here, born to ride. And since it's Tuesday, baby, give them a hint.
I'll tell you why. I think you guys can probably guess why.
What's Tuesday, guys?
That's right. I think I'm showing you why.
It's that day.
It's Taco Tuesday.
Taco Tuesday for everybody out there, and also happy belated Father's Day to all your fathers.
Yes, happy Father's Day to all of you.
Belated
wonderful. Yeah, we'll be belated, but you know what? We're still celebrating.
Yep.
To all of you wonderful men out there that are fathers, that take your job seriously, near and dear.
Yeah.
Amen for you.
That is true, and I take my job pretty near and dear too, because I got 2 lovely stepdaughters that are my daughters. I would even say that my stepdaughters. They're my daughters. Their father is out of the picture, and I am their father, and my daughter's very happy about that. Matter of fact,
They love you, and they gave you. I can't get to it.
No, right here. I have this pulled up over here.
Not going to show it.
No, I'm just going to read it. I have this pulled up over here. My daughter bought me a blanket that goes over my bed, and it looks like it's been Xeroxed the way the blanket is. And there's a big footprint and a little footprint of work boots next to each other. And it reads, "Stepped Up Dad." You know, one who made their choice to love another's child as their own. One who steps up to provide, protect, encourage, and love. You may not have given me the gift of life, but you have given me the gift of you. Thank you for being the father you didn't have to be. Love you. That is the sweetest damn thing. I mean, I put it on my bed and it stays on my bed now. I have all the little trinkets that my daughter has bought me for Father's Day.
He loves both what his daughters give him.
Oh, yeah. I got them all over the place. All my little trinkets that they always buy me every Father's Day. And I support them proudly.
And
they're all over it.
we especially like the handmade things.
Oh yeah, especially Kayla, because Kayla makes me all the handmade things. We still have to get. We
Yes,
haven't
we
got
do.
a card yet.
Yes,
We gave her her present, her
Yes.
Mickey Mouse purse. We found a
So
Mickey
we
Mouse
are
purse.
back from Alabama, everybody. We were up in Alabama.
Visiting her father.
We went up to Enterprise, Alabama, Daleville, Alabama,
That's where we
and
stayed.
we went to Dothan, Alabama.
To Dothan Harley. Met those fine people there at Dothan Harley. Very nice Harley dealer if you're there in Alabama. It's literally a half hour out of the state of Florida, north, right out of Panhandle. It's Dothan, Alabama. They have a very nice
Dothan,
selection.
Harley Davidson,
Yep,
and they have quite
and
a
Can-Am.
selection.
Not only are they a Harley dealer on one side, they're a Harley dealer, and on the other side, they're a Can-Am dealer. They're keeping it in the American family, and I like that.
Yes.
So they also have all the water sports stuff there too, and they got all kinds of cool stuff in Dothan. We were surprised to see that our northern magazines were there, so we dropped off a couple of the middle Florida, whatever Ron calls it, magazines. Southeastern, you have magazines there, so they have a little bit of a variety, and they're very happy. We did a photo shoot with them and did all kinds of really, really nice things. And they were a very nice group of people. I have nothing but props out there.
Everybody was wonderful there.
Dothan Harley, if you're ever in that area, you need work done on your motorcycle.
The Can-Am dealership was
Can-Am
wonderful.
or
You know what
whatever.
Heather got to see? She got to see the F3. That's right. I got to see what I'm buying next year. Yes.
That's gonna
I
be
got
an
to see
upgrade.
my new bike next year, the F3.
She picked
It
out one
was
that was just as expensive, if not than a Harley.
Fantastic.
Yeah, just as expensive, if not than a Harley.
Yeah,
And
it
she
was
picked
pretty.
up-
It was
You
pretty
picked up
cool.
the F3 Limited, not just a normal one. You picked up the
If
F3
you're gonna
Limited.
dream, don't set your
dream big.
dreams here, honey. If you're gonna dream, put your dreams up here.
Exactly. That's exactly
Make
what
them
you did.
reach for the sky,
Yeah,
baby.
it's like the most expensive bike in the showroom. So we were there. We had a really good time. We did a nice photo shoot. We got to see your father, spend some time with him, have some dinner with him.
We had a great time. We've
Yep.
been very busy. This is what we're doing in a nutshell, guys. This is tonight in a nutshell. I'm going to
Yep.
let you know in a nutshell. We've been so busy. So we're talking about what we did in Alabama. We're going to show you some videos that we made.
Well,
Then we're going to tell you about what we're getting ready to do. We're getting ready to turn around and go back out with Camp Easy Ride to Ginny Springs.
that's right.
And that's going to be our special guest tonight. Marcus is going to be on tonight
Mhm.
from Camp
Camp Easy
Easy
Ride.
Ride. He is going to tell us all about
And we're going to experience it too. coming
Ginny
up here.
Springs and some of the other wonderful excursions that Camp Easy Ride puts on. And also a wonderful program that Camp Easy Ride participates in and what they do with their tents. You're never going to
Yeah.
believe what they do and how they help the community.
Yep.
It's something that warmed my heart.
It's glamping in
we're-
a tent.
Yeah, so we got so much to tell you all
Yep.
about tonight, but let's talk
First one
about
is-
Alabama.
Oh, and also, well, the video that we have queued also says Benjamin in it.
Oh, and his grandson.
Yeah, that was here too. We have a little video of Benjamin in it too that we're going to show you. But
Before we do that, we have Al Lights on. How you doing,
Hey, Al,
Al?
it's nice to see you out there, brother. Nice to see you riding again. It's
He's
to see
good
that.
evening, Al. He's back in the saddle again.
Yup.
Back in the road again.
Yup, and he's a happy man. I'm sure he is. And then we have Facebook.
What were
News
you
with
doing,
Uncle
Al?
Bangs.
What were you doing that you're back on the road again, my friend?
Well, I don't know. Let him chime in and let him tell us what's going on with that.
You should have been on the road the entire time. I know you. You're always on the road, my friend. You never get off the road. Even when you got kicked off the road physically,
That's true. That
you
is
still were
definitely true.
on the road.
That is true.
And then we have, I believe that would be, I know we have our wonderful lawyer and is just, guys, if you are ever in the need for an attorney,
especially if you're in a motorcycle accident, you need to get the attorney that rides, and that's Fran Hosh. Fran Hosh is the attorney that rides. She will take you if she'll take your case. If what happens is if you get into a motorcycle accident and you need help and you need an attorney, then what you need to do is you need to call Fran Hosh.
Well, you just get up there, look her up.
1-800-LAW-FRAN.
Call her up, Fran, injury, get up to Fran. I don't know if it's 1-800-LAW-FRAN.
It should be.
It should be, but I'm not entirely sure of what the number is. I was just thinking that would be what the number is. But Fran Hosh is an amazing attorney.
It's the Fran Hosh Law Group, Accident and Injury Lawyers.
And you just look them up. They are fantastic.
Yep.
They support the motorcycle community
Yep.
like nobody else does. And who else would be there and hold your hand through the most
Difficult times of your life. You need to have an attorney on your side, and that is Fran Hosh.
So we definitely say get with that. And so let's get to it. We're going to show you a video now, and let's rock and roll.
Yep.
Get your popcorn, get your soda, get your snack, get whatever you might need to make this fun. And let's have some fun.
Sorry.
And it's 186. Let's see, 866.
Put up there. 866-LAW-FRAN.
There we go.
That's it. 866-LAW-FRAN. If you ever have the need for an accident attorney for your motorcycle accident, Fran Hosh is the one you need to talk to.
Definitely, guys. That is exactly where you need to go. And I'm telling you from personal experience, John and I can tell you, we've met with her. She's a wonderful woman.
Yeah.
Our boss, he works with her
Very
closely.
pleasant woman. Fran is one of those people that you can actually go up and talk to. She's a very nice individual.
We've heard wonderful stories.
A very loving person. You can tell when you just talk to her. That's why she's sincere when she says that she will help you through your hardest times, and she will sincerely help you through the trauma of your accident.
Look how much she helps the community.
That's right.
And cares about the community.
That's right.
So imagine what she can do for you in your time of need. Yep. All right, guys. Well, let's go on. Let's hit this video and let's see what you think about it. Let's go. Go up to Alabama. All right, guys. So that was a short little video with our grandson Benjamin
and our best friends Matt and Carmelita Carruthers. They're our best friends. We do everything with them.
Yeah, we do. They're just like us. They do everything with us. And anyways, and those were a lot of our other really great friends in the pictures that do just about everything with us along the way. Yeah. And we were at Busch Gardens eating dinner and doing a bunch of other things that we like to do, all involving motorcycles. Because you know what? You can do anything and everything on your motorcycle, and that's what we like to do.
That's right. My grandson probably got a good 600 miles.
And it was his first time ever on a motorcycle.
Weather. We had such great weather when Benjamin was here, so I was able to ride with him every day. Now, these past couple of days have been...
Well, at least we had a good time then.
I can explain the weather. That's the weather.
All right, on we go. He's trying to hitch it up.
So I'm on the other side. Now we're doing the last side. We're kicking this up. Right, baby? This is ready. He's got Forrest ready to go. And then I'm going to meet him in the road. Let's go. We've got the address. We're ready to go. Here we come, Alabama. Yeah, here. No. We just rolled into Dothan, Alabama. Dothan, Alabama. We just rolled in. All right, guys. We made it to Alabama, and we got everything else done, and now we're getting ready to get the bikes out. We did. We got it both in there. Yeah, we. Okay, so those were the beginning of where we went to Alabama. It showed us, of course, road tripping.
Yeah, the quick videos make those things weird sometimes. How they do them.
Sometimes they put them halfway upside down, but I love it. And I love road tripping. There is nothing like getting in and going.
Yeah, that was me getting the camper all set up, pulling it out, and having to check and make sure everything's working. And
it's a lot of work to get in that
driveway, getting it in the driveway, getting the bikes. Because you know how hard we had 2 bikes with this time, so it was double the loading. We had the Ducati with us because that's the smallest, lightest of my bikes that, you know.
It would fit along with my Riker. We were able to put both bikes. Yeah.
The whole bag pops right off the side of Riker. We backed it in, so her back swing arm was even with my back swing arm. And then we just went ahead and D-ringed everything done, you know, did the ratchet straps, everything down. I put the freestanding chock.
And we got it in there.
I got the freestanding chock in there. I couldn't put the locking part on my freestanding chock because of the bottom part of my Ducati.
I love you too.
Yep, love you too.
Whoever you are, I love you too.
That's right. I could feel the love.
I feel the love.
So I couldn't put that on the locket, so I put a little rubber thing behind it. I had to like a wedge, but it was still, I had to put it sideways because of the travel on the bike. I still didn't want that lower part to hit all that that spoiler. The bike's all spoilers and ground.
But we made it. We made it with both bikes in there. It was amazing. We had an amazing time. And that videos also showed some of the stores that we went to in Daleville and Enterprise because they didn't have much. They did not have much there.
This is great too. Oh, it's JT. Oh, I see.
Hey, TJ.
Boy, dyslexic moment. I said JT.
Yeah, it's DJ.
Yeah, DJ, what's up, brother? Oh man. So anyway, you know, we went to Daleville. Now, a lot of these little towns have a mascot. Some towns have I don't know, a beaver. Some have a cougar. Some have this. Their town mascot's
Was a boll weevil.
A bug. It's a boll weevil. And that statue you saw of the woman holding that thing up, that's just part of the statue. If you notice on the top of it, she's holding a boll weevil.
Let's see. I'm going to show you another video, and let's see if we see it in this one.
God.
That was where we had dinner at one night called the White Oak, and it was an amazing restaurant.
Did you see the boll weevils?
The statue of the bug.
Did you see the statues of the bugs? No joke, their town mascot is
a bug.
Oh,
so well, funny. Guys, you know what? We got to visit another place, and we loved it, and we had a great time.
Tell them why.
Well,
real quick.
No, because we got other things to talk about.
Okay.
But anyway, so now, like I said earlier in the show, we're going to tell you about Jenny Springs and what we're doing next, which is we're moving on because guess what? We're on the road again. We just can't wait to get back on the road again.
We have one day, which is tomorrow, to get everything packed. I got to cut my grass. I got to cut the grass that the house was selling. I got to get that thing looking good. Get back. We got to get the truck all packed and ready to go so we can take off in the morning the next day.
And then off we go to Jenny Springs to do something we've never done before, and that is glamp, guys. We are going to glamp in a tent.
Now, I'm telling you, I'm kind of the camper kind of guy, and I'll admit that.
We're used to the toy hauler, but
plug stuff in, the AC's nice and cold. You open up the refrigerator. Now, that's what I consider glamping. Now,
I'm spoiled.
I know, but this man has a whole new take on it, though.
He does. He's got an amazing take on the situation, and I've watched him since the start.
Oh, yeah.
Since he first started, I saw him spring up way back when at a Cackleberry.
That's right.
And he did an amazing job back then.
He has his own things going on there. His own
and people have tried to copy him, but nobody's been able to do what he does.
No, it's because it's so cool.
He's original.
It's glamping in a tent. I mean, this guy has everything all set up, ready to go.
He's got it. He's got the whole handle. He's got it all. So let's talk about Marcus. Okay. Without further ado, I believe Marcus is on. I think he's ready. If he's ready, give me a thumbs up, Marcus. I can see you there. Shoot me a thumbs up if you're ready.
I don't think he's ready yet.
Are you ready, Marcus? Give me a thumbs up.
He might be having a little bit of issues. Okay. Can you take that one off? He's on there twice. See if you can
I see. All right. You hear me?
Oh, no, there he is. There he is.
All right. Marcus, are you ready? Can you hear us?
Okay.
Okay, he'll be back in a minute. He's having an issue. Anyways, we're talking to you about this tenting, guys. And we're going to do it. I'm going to do it in a tent. Me in a tent.
Yeah, but he says that he has these air mattresses that go in these tents. And he's had people tell him that these air mattresses that he supplies is actually more comfortable than a Tempur-Pedic at a high-end hotel. That we're going to find out. That's why I said that we have to experience this.
My happy ass has to do this.
We have to experience it. Hey, Marcus, I see you in the green room down there. Are you good?
Are you ready for us? All right.
Okay, can you give us a thumbs up if you're good?
All right. We're going to bring them on. Let's bring them on.
Okay, and then there we go.
What's up, guys? Can you hear me all right?
All right, we can hear you, sir. How you doing, Marcus?
There they are. Hey guys, how you doing? Marcus here. Thanks for having me on. Can you hear me okay?
Can hear you fine, brother. Can you hear us all right?
Yeah. We're driving right now. We're heading down to Jenny Springs. We got a little bit of weather. So of course it's a little noisy in the truck here. So my apologies if you can't hear me too well, or if I can't catch you. But yeah. Thanks for having me. I'm glad to see you guys getting psyched up about coming out.
Oh yeah.
It's always fun to see newbies. You'd be surprised on how many virgins we have come out and say, look, my husband talked me into this, or my wife talked me into it, and then at the end of the weekend or the end of the event, they're nothing but glowing with smiles and having fantastic times. So it's I'm always glad to have new people come out.
Well, hell, I'm happy to be called a virgin.
I was just going to say the same thing.
Oh, I'm sure you'll experience lots of new stuff out here.
We want.
That's exactly what we're looking forward to, Marcus. We are really looking forward to this. So you're already going down there and getting everything ready for us?
Yeah, so what we do on these smaller ones, which we call Camp Easy Ride excursions, these are more reasons for just bikers to get together. It's not about going and celebrating the rally or the concert or some famous bar. It's about actually sitting around a fire with the camaraderie of fellow bikers and just enjoying that time. So on these ones here, these are actually a little more difficult than even our bigger ones because we aren't guaranteed space. Because, for instance, like Jenny Springs, you cannot reserve this area, not during this time of the year because it's so popular. So we actually, I have a guy out there that got out there yesterday afternoon and secured the best spot, in my opinion, just out of all the times I've been there. He secured it, and he's already setting up the tents to make sure that they're all, we got our flag up so nobody else tries to impede and move in. And so, yeah, we're out there, 3 days before the crew comes, the rest of you guys come out, and which is kind of nice. It gives us a little bit of quiet time. It gives me and my crew a little bit of time to sit back and have some staff meetings and talk about, how to make things the best that we can for you guys, and enjoy a little bit of a retreat before all the crazy comes in. So.
And these, just for everybody who doesn't even know, these aren't even regular tents that you would, just like pop up. I've seen your tents.
Yeah, I know. It's like
these are some massive, big rig tents.
Yeah, these are actually what they consider 12-man tents, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's either 10 or 12 now that I think about it, but that's not really a relevant number because, when they talk about a tent and they say it's a 4-man tent, that's basically 4 people laying side by side in a sleeping bag. That's just not going to happen. But they are spacious. They're 10 by 14 high ceiling tents. The manufacturer is actually Core Equipment, which is one of our primary sponsors. They're sponsored in with not only with what we do, but also with our Camp for the Cause program that we do. They help us in the background a lot with what we do, and they really give us the best stuff. So it makes it to where when you are camping, you are absolutely the most comfortable you can be. I mean, camping is camping. It's not going to be your toy hauler. I've got a camper. I've got a 38-foot camper, and actually, I think we've only brought it out once on one of our events because we're out there so long. So we actually stay in the tents ourselves and stay on the air mattresses and all that good stuff rather than dragging our big camper out there and going through all that. So they're definitely comfortable.
So for people that don't know what Camp Easy Ride is, fill everybody in on what Camp Easy Ride is.
So, in short, what we do is we set up elaborate camp compounds at bike rallies nationwide. 2.5 years ago, obviously in the height of COVID, I actually had a similar business. I used to set up these type of events for corporate retreats, stag parties, parents' days out or whatever. Anytime you needed a pop-up city, I was the guy to call. And then, of course, COVID happened, and it shut down all of our venues. So we had all this supplies left, and I sat and thought about it for a second and said, okay, what am I going to do? Number one, how am I going to survive? Number two, what do I do with all this equipment? And it just dawned on me that, bikers are the way to go. Bikers will party through anything, and it serves a purpose for the fact that when we set it up on a venue, you now have a safe place to literally crawl back to. You can, like the Buffalo Chip is a really good example. We're partnered with the Buffalo Chip. I have an 1.5 acres of land, 34 feet. 34 steps away from Bikini Beach. So if you've ever been into Buffalo Chip, Bikini Beach is the main party when there's not something going on the big stage. That's where all the shenanigans and adult content stuff happens, and wet t-shirt contests and everything. That's all literally 34 steps away from our compound. And I try to do that.
The 2024 Sturgis, where you're giving away the Father's Day Born to Ride.
That is.
Sturgis.
Yeah, well,
yeah, tell us about that.
So all right. So this year we're partnered again with the Buffalo Chip, so we're there this year as well. But so Ron over at Born to Ride. Sorry, my brain's a little fried right now.
That's
over
okay.
at Born to Ride, reached out to me and just had this great idea for Father's Day, to where he really wanted to honor all the great dads out there. And we collaborated with the West Coast Florida riders, to where we highlighted, I think it was 4 or 5 of some of the really good patrons and the dads and their siblings, or I'm sorry, their kids, their sons or daughters or whatnot. And so as we're doing this, he's thinking, hey, let's put together a dream dream destination for a father and son, or a father and daughter, or whatever combination, basically. So come next year, you and your pops, or whoever it is that writes in this summary to Born to Ride and gets chosen by the editor, whoever it is that goes through and makes that decision, is going to have not only free lodging with me for the entire rally, which is something we rarely ever do, give away something that big of a package. But you're also going to get entry into the Buffalo Chip. So like right now, for instance, the Buffalo Chip is $620. They're $620 a ticket right now.
Yeah.
So you're going to get 2 tickets for you and your son, or you and your dad, or however which way you look at it. I've also got some sponsors that are stepping in that are going to be kind of slowly released. So you're going to have, gas cards. You're going to have a prepaid credit card to go hit the bars. You're going to you might even walk away with a new stereo in your bike.
Wow.
We're just, we're
all out.
No joke.
Oh yeah. No, it's going to be a hell of a Father's Day present for somebody next year. Which is why Ron wanted to do it for next year. He wants to really give it some time to blossom and get a good roll on it, because obviously we have more sponsors that are really wanting to get involved, and we want to make this to where it's something that's just a complete bucket list item that otherwise you just simply wouldn't be able to do. So we want to make it really big.
So literally you're that close to the Buffalo Chip where people just walk right over to you and they stumble right into your campground.
And like you're saying, you probably saved lives that way.
We are inside the Buffalo Chip. So when I don't know if you've been to there before, but as you come down, anybody that's been there before, you come down the main road, it forks off, and you take a right where the Bikini Beach is. We are literally 34 steps from Bikini Beach. So let me tell you a quick story. For instance, like last year, we were going Karen, my love, which, by the way, there is your beautiful hostess driving.
Hi, Karen.
So last year, I think it was, she wanted to see Kid Rock, or one of the big bands that were there. And we got in line a little late to get into the concert area, and there was 105,000 people, literally. I think it was 104,000 and some odd numbers that was in the arena for the concert. And we turned around and went back to our compound, popped our own beers, jumped in the hot tub, and heard the concert just as clearly as if we were sitting in front of it. I mean, that's how close we are to everything. I mean, we had a blast. We didn't have to stand in a line for an hour and a half to get a $12 beer. So, I mean, it was a phenomenal time.
I've seen your setup.
Yes.
I've never got to be part of it, but I've seen it at Cackleberry. And like you said, I know for a fact how you have saved lives.
Yes.
Because I personally have pushed
drunk people,
inebriated people
your way.
Your way. and
Yep.
Sleep it
you
off.
saved their life.
Just sleep it off.
So
Yeah.
thank you.
Thank you very much, brother.
Yeah. Absolutely, and that's something that we will never turn away. I mean, I've had somebody that couldn't even muster up a sentence, without sounding like he was speaking cursive. He was so drunk, and we just threw him in a tent. And when he stumbled out the next day, he of course, kind of in awe, wondered where he was, and he found one of my people and said, "Where am I? How did this happen?" And he asked, "Man, do I owe you a couple $100 or something?" I said, "Dude, just throw a couple bucks in the tip jar, grab yourself a cup of coffee, and have a great day." And that's where it is. I mean, that's what we do for, if you absolutely need it.
Well, I've got some pictures of Ginny Springs. I thought I would show them, and you could go over and tell us what they are.
Yeah. Ginny Springs, again, if you're not familiar with the Florida area, it's actually one of the most popular springs. It's one of the only, if I'm not mistaken, it's actually the only privately owned springs out here in Florida, which is really nice because it gives you a little more freedom to have fun, have a cocktail, get a little adulty. It's unregulated unless you're unlike all the state ran ones. So. But
Right.
yeah, roll through some of those. I don't know if you captured some from what Mike shot over, but man, he's been sending over some great pictures.
What you sent over.
The hot tub and all the tent set up.
Yeah, that one there is of our compound that was out there at Daytona. So it's not going to be quite set up like that. So when we do the smaller ones, when we do the excursions, which again is just a reason to get together with fellow riders, they're a little more simplified. Like, for instance, we're not going to have the pool. The social area won't be quite as elaborate because what we're doing is we're focusing more on all of it floating down the river, throwing shots back and forth, sitting around the fire pit, sipping some shine. So it's not quite as commercialized, I guess you want to say, as the big ones when we have 100,000 people walking past us. So,
right, like we were talking about decorating the trailer.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we're going to bring out little silly things like that. I mean, obviously, if you've ever floated down a river, and I'm sure tons of people out there have, but walk up the river first. So you got to get up the river and then float back down. So we actually arranged for somebody to bring out a nice little flatbed trailer. We're going to decorate it with a bunch of just silly crap and lights and. Pile everybody on the back of that like old hillbilly style, and we're going to have somebody pull us up the river, and then we're going to take our floats and our beers and jump in the river and float down and do it again.
Now, is this some of the river that will be going up and down?
Uh-huh.
Is this
Ask that
part
again?
of the river right
Oh,
here
yeah.
that I have showing that will go up?
Yeah, that's Ginny Springs. Now, if you flip through, you saw those really pretty clear pictures, which is, there you go. That's the actual spring. And that specific one that you're looking at is directly next to our compound. So if you were to pan to the left and, you can stumble into it. Let's put it that way, which is phenomenal in the morning. I highly advise wake up, clear your eyes a little bit, and jump straight into the springs. It is 72 degrees year round, no matter what the temperature is outside.
Wow.
It is such a refreshing, it's just something about it. I mean, it's just almost healing powers to it. Once you get in there, you're a whole new person. So, I'm gonna push for all you guys to at some point get your butts up at a decent time and jump in the springs first thing in the morning.
I'll do it, and I'm not a water person, and I'll do it.
If you'll do it, I'll do it.
Oh,
right, and here I
wait till you see this in person.
You guys get together, or you can go places too?
Say that again?
This looks like you guys get together and go places also?
So yeah, that's one of our party buses that we actually rented out in Sturgis. So on our bigger events, we put together mini excursions. So for instance, again with Sturgis, twice a week, we will actually bring in a party bus, load up whatever amount of people that we can on the party bus, and it's what I call the DD day. That's your designated drunk day. That's when you leave your motorcycle You leave your motorcycle next to your tent. There's always a co-host on each compound. So of course you can leave your motorcycle. As I tell everybody, your knives, wives, and guns are all safe there in the tents. You can leave anything you want, and our people take care of it. So you leave your bike there. You jump on the party bus, and then we take you downtown to some of the popular attractions. Obviously, we go to Sturgis. We ride the main street. We go to the dungeon, just a lot of the popular kind of hole-in-wall places, and we party as a group. And then, of course, get a little inebriated and pile everybody back on the bus, safely get them home, and we stumble off with smiles and continue the party there at the compound. So that's all. That's all part of stuff that we do. A lot of people actually don't know that because I don't really advertise a lot of it because I can't always promise it. Party buses aren't always able to be secured. Just like our massage or our masseuse, last couple events, we brought in a masseuse, which was a fantastic surprise for everybody because they rode to Daytona from whatever, from Kentucky for 12 hours. There's one right there. Matter of fact, that is Roger. Roger, if he's watching, he is going to be at our Kentucky event. He's one of our repeat offenders. I can't get rid of the guy. He keeps following us. So yeah, what we do is we spoil you. That way, after your 12-hour ride, you get to kick back and relax and truly enjoy your vacation. So
you do have a lot of repeat offenders, which is something I've noticed in talking in the group chat. You have people
we do
coming back.
Yeah, and it's. I mean, obviously, there's perks to it. You, as a repeat offender, you do get a specific amount off of your future rallies. That could mean maybe I pay for your Kentucky entrance, or you get free dinner for the pre-party or things like that. As long as you stayed with us before, we give you certain spoils. Obviously, we like the loyalty that you want to be with us anyway. I don't want to have to say I bribe you, but it definitely is a nice incentive that we like to do to show our appreciation that you're coming back and supporting what we're doing here.
So tell me this. Now, let me ask you something. Since you get to go to all of these different rallies and things, what's your favorite?
Yeah.
I will tell you probably hands down. And forgive me, Woody and Carol and Marilyn, if you're listening. I do love the Buffalo Chip. I do love Sturgis, but Little Sturgis, aka Kentucky Rally. Actually, I don't think they're technically allowed to call it Little Sturgis anymore, but it's called the Kentucky Rally. It's probably my favorite for the simple fact that it is and that's the one that's coming up next after Jenny Springs. That's July 13th through 16th in Sturgis, Kentucky. It's at a fairgrounds. It is a beautiful fairgrounds. The young lady that runs it, Carlene, is a phenomenal woman. She runs it phenomenally. They do a great shows, great biker games. It's 21 and over, so that's a big perk there. You can get as feisty and shenanigans as you want. But it's within the fairgrounds, which means that the people that they pull, which is not a lot, I think their average attendance is about 8,000 people, but we're all within like a 2-mile radius of each other. So you are, there's nowhere you can't go to where you don't bump into a new friend and have a new party. And we're set up right in the middle of it. She put us right on the parade route. They do daily parades, slow parades and a lot of themes, a lot of stuff that's not Facebook rated. So we're not going to be able to show you, unfortunately. But if you're looking for a unique event, I will say Kentucky, you need to put that on your bucket list right up there with Big Sturgis.
That's going on our bucket list.
Yes. And contact info too, if they want to get in touch with that. Now, if they want to get in touch with you, Mark, and they want a contact info for being able to book an upcoming event, how would somebody be able to do that?
Facebook probably is the most useful, just because it has all our most up-to-date information on the events. Of course, you search Camp Easy Ride. I'm the only one out there doing Camp Easy Ride. There are, of course, other people throughout the nation that's kind of caught wind of this idea, so they've kind of
Copy.
I guess you want to say rode the coattails a little bit, which is perfectly fine because there's so many rallies out there. There's 238 bike rallies nationwide. There's no way I can do them all.
Wow.
And if there's
Oh,
if there's somebody like what we do at half of those, could you imagine how many riders get saved by just having on-site lodging? I mean, so if it's me or if it's quote or unquote competition, it doesn't matter to me. I mean, we have rallies that are very, very have their allegiance to us, so we're not worried about competition. You know, we can
all about helping.
It's as long as everybody's having a good time and safe. That's all that matters.
You also had the crazy moonshiner, crazy Chuck on watching you right now.
yeah, from the
Moonshiners.
the TV show Moonshiners.
He's a good friend of ours, and he's watching. He's gotten a little bit of an idea of this. He goes to Sturgis.
Yes, he does.
Yeah,
is he coming to Big Sturgis or Kentucky?
I don't know. Now he's gotten an idea of this. He goes all over the place.
Does he live in Kentucky or Tennessee?
He's everywhere.
Yeah, he either lives in Kentucky or Tennessee.
You know, he keeps his whereabouts too, logistically secret.
He's that kind of man of mystery. What up to Marcus? What's that? Robert Quirk. Great times. Robert
Quirk says hello to you, Marcus.
Hey, Robert. Good to meet you. I hope to see you.
Or Curick. Maybe if I'm butchering your name, brother, I'm sorry. Great times and memories.
Sorry, we're getting some rain, so it's a little noisy for me. Say that again.
He said great times and memories.
Oh,
Robert.
Absolutely.
He says
Absolutely.
If you show, you gotta go.
Yeah, so when you're ready to reserve, when anybody's ready to reserve, again, you can go to Facebook. You'll see the events there. Of course, we got campeasyride.com. I don't mess with the website so much just because that's not really my forte, and it's something we slapped together. Matter of fact, if there's somebody out there listening, I would love to get a hold of a web designer to actually make something great of it because I know everybody doesn't do Facebook. I can't stand it myself, but it's a necessary evil for what I do. So, I would really love to amp up the .com if there's anybody out there that'd like to get involved in that. So, but yeah, Facebook.com, of course, Camp Easy Ride. That's a great place to look at our reviews. We've got hundreds of 5-star reviews, thousands of pictures, hundreds of videos. You there's just no way that you can go through it all over the last 2.5 years. I think this, matter of fact, Ginning Springs will be our 43rd event that we've done.
Lord. Well, guess what?
So
we're going to make it a wonderful event. We're going to have a great time, and we're going to give you some great footage.
Yes,
I love it. I love it. Trust me, you guys are going to have a good time and some good people. Obviously, you guys been in that chat group. I'm sure you've been laughing your asses off at 8 o'clock at night when that gets riled up. And
Yes.
that's what we try to do, make it to where you guys get a chance to kind of meet and greet everybody a little beforehand and just put names to faces once you get there. So we hit and having fun.
Well, we are looking forward to it, Marcus. We really are. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Oh, yes. Thank you very much, Marcus.
Definitely. We will see you.
Absolutely.
Not tomorrow, but the day after. And wait, we've got Robert.
We will be ready for you.
Okay.
Robert says one thing. Let me see. He says, I've been watching this for a few years. Wanted to go to Windy Acres and packed up the bike and arrived early. Marcus let me check in a day early, and we met and had a great group of new friends that I keep in contact with.
Robert,
He says he's from Maryland, and he met you in Florida.
Robert, Bob, that is Big Bob. I know exactly who you're talking about. Yep, he. I'm not going to share any stories, Bob.
Oh, they're that good, huh?
So you're the,
Yeah. No, yeah.
you're the
He was one of our favorites. What's that now?
What happens there stays there.
That's right. Camp Easy Ride. What happens there stays there.
Yeah, a little bit. Yep. Yeah, he had a good old time. I'd be happy to see him again.
That's awesome. All right. Well, listen, Marcus, you have yourself a great night.
Yes.
It's been fantastic having you on as a guest.
Yes, and we will see you in a couple days.
Yes.
Absolutely. I appreciate the time, guys. You guys ride or drive safe. We'll see you Thursday.
Thank you, brother.
Have a good
All right,
one.
folks. Bye-bye now.
All right, guys. So you guys heard it straight from Marcus's mouth.
That's right.
He has some openings left, which means you can go camping with us.
That's right. Go ahead and call. Go to campeasyride.com. Book your reservation. Go there. It's going to be a great excursion. This is in between big rallies and festivals. Just
so, like he said, this is geared
together.
more towards getting to know each other, the bikers getting to know each other, having fun.
Like-minded people, friends and family, having fun.
And we're going to be there, and we'd love to see you and get to meet with you.
That sounds great.
It does. I can't wait to go. I'm so excited.
Yeah, me too.
Yay! So on that note, guys, it's been a fantastic night having you on.
That's right.
Thank you so much. We are so glad to be back home for this wonderful 2 nights.
Yes.
2 nights in my bed tonight.
And we'll be glamping with Marcus down at Jenny Springs.
Yes, we will. I can't wait. It's going to be a wonderful experience, and we're going to bring you a lot of footage, lots of live feed, great pictures, tons of stuff, all for you, straight from us and Born to Ride. And Robert, you are great also. Thank you for staying and supporting us.
Yes.
Allies, thank you also for being on. Crazy Chuck the Moonshiner, thank you. Ron Glutty, thank you. Laura Schofield, thank you. And everybody else that watched the show, thank you. Have a wonderful night. Shiny side up.
Rubber side down, and we love you all.
Deuces.